clearly in there, man. I thought I won. I thought I did enough to get the victory over a spectacular fighter. I told y'all from the beginning, man, that I got the skills to pay the. Yeah. I've been telling y'all that.
What the just happened? Dude, what the just happened? What the was that? Some corner man came and wiped his face off? What the was that?
Gervonta Tank Davis is very angry after Lamont Roach decided to appeal the result of their recent fight, which has caused a lot of controversy in the boxing world. Roach believes the judges were unfair and has officially asked for the fight result to be reviewed, hoping it might change. Davis, known for his strong personality, didn't stay quiet. He called out Roach, saying he's just trying to make Davis's win look less real.
In there, man. I thought I won. I thought I did enough to get the victory over a spectacular fighter. I told y'all from the beginning, man, that I got the skills to pay the bills. I've been telling y'all that. And I'm just glad I got to show it, honestly. I'm glad I got to show it. I appreciate, like I said before, I appreciate true boxing media. Some guys that didn't count me out. So that's just how I feel, man. I think I won. And, I can't wait to do it again. I can't wait to dance again.
This is why Lamont Roach beat Tank. Roach chose to sit in the pocket against Tank, who is a power puncher. This meant that his defense had to be on point. Tank relies on his explosiveness and counter.
115-113. This made the fight end in a majority draw.
From a division lower moves up and gives Tank Davis his toughest fight. I thought beating him on the inside, making him miss, putting offense behind defense after making him miss, being more active. Obviously, Tank's going to have the edge in power. Tank is going to have the edge in power strikes. I think ultimately the stats spoke to that. I don't think that this was a disaster. I think it'd be strong to call it a disaster. The fight was not great up front. The fight was not great in the middle, but it was very good. Not amazing, but definitely very good down the stretch.
Most important moment happened in the 9th round when Davis suddenly went down on one knee after a jab from Roach. Referee Steve Willis did not count it as a knockdown, which many people have argued about. Later, Davis said it wasn't the punch that made him go down. It was because hair grease got into his eyes and burned. He explained, "I just got my hair done 2 days ago and she used grease. When I started sweating, it burned my eyes."
I think we can all agree with that. The results are fair. I think they're fair. I think 115, 113 in either direction is probably okay. For Lamont Roach, his stock goes up, I think, a significant amount, given how he was able to push Tank, land on Tank, make this the toughest fight of Tank's 31 pro fight career by far. I think he did himself a lot of favors. What are we going to do with Tank Davis now? I mean, it's not like he looked bad. Some of you guys had pointed out he might have had an injury somewhere around that 6th round. He didn't mention it to BC, but that doesn't mean he doesn't have it.
The very start of the fight, it was clear that Roach wasn't afraid of Davis's reputation. He used a smart game plan, staying strong and using counterpunches to slow down Davis's usual aggressive style. Davis, who usually takes his time in the early rounds, ended up in a much tougher fight than he expected.
To that brother Lamont Roach. I didn't give him much of a chance in this fight because I thought he was the smaller guy moving up. I didn't expect him to be in the ring bigger. And from opening bell, he walked right to Tank Davis. I was stunned. And the brother can fight. I'm very impressed with Lamont Roach. He put on a great performance, and he wants his love on national television right now. We need to give it to him. This brother is special for the sport of boxing. He can fight, and he can take a punch. I was very impressed with him. And I want a rematch.
Lamont Roach definitely earned my respect tonight. Definitely one of the first fighters to put Tank to the test. Just matching fire with fire. That was a good fight. For me, I need to see a rematch ASAP. But yeah, Tank definitely took the knee, 100%. I see Roach winning that 7-5 personally, but boxing is business, so they were never going to let him have that win. Roach's timing was on point though. No easy knockouts tonight. Sharp counters, like. Real, very good fighter, very good fighter. Let me know what you guys think, if that robbery was fair or not. Leave it in the comments.
Gervonta Davis gets a controversial draw against Lamont Roach. 2025 NYC. Both men start the fight wrapped in caution tape while downloading using their powerful Intel Core processors. Tank then begins playing a game of Tom and Jerry as he scurries around the ring, baiting Roach to chase him. Lamont soon starts landing sharp counters as he times Tank, who's dropping low. But Gervonta's cannon straight left soon finds its way home like it's using Google Maps. However, Roach also continues touching Tank with counters during their exchanges. But the Baltimore native's straight left keeps repeatedly connecting like AT&T, walloping Lamont as he angles around him with the geometric brilliance of Pythagoras.
Lamont Roach Jr. added more to the controversy by posting a bold and mysterious tweet on social media. He wrote, "Word around the block, y'all favorite fight finna be 31, not 31. 2xx2 division champ." The message quickly got attention from boxing fans. It shows that Roach is confident about winning his appeal and is hinting that Gervonta, Davis might lose his undefeated record.
Do you feel frustrated because the judges never scored you overall in your favor?
I'm happy with my performance for sure. I'm definitely happy with my performance. I'm just a little frustrated with the scorecards. I thought I should have won. And I thought I should have won a competitive fight. I think I did what I needed to do necessary to bank the rounds, and even without the knee, that should have been a knockdown. So, I don't think there's any excuse for me not to win tonight, but that's just how the cookie crumbled.
There's a few things I want to dissect about the fight. Let's just start off with the beginning. It seemed like a little bit of a cagey opening on both behalves, both of you just trying to figure each other out. What was your initial thoughts of those first 3, 4, 5 rounds whilst you were both getting to grips with each other?
Just getting the information, seeing how he reacted to certain stuff. I'm pretty sure he was trying to do the same thing. And he's an excellent fighter. He's undefeated for a reason. With a 97% knockout, I mean, it ain't that no more. But you know what I'm saying. But with a 90% knockout ratio and everything like that, it take a little thinking in there. It's a thinking man's game, especially when it's on that type of.
When Roach called himself a 2x2 division champ, he was saying he believes he truly deserves to be recognized as a 2-time world champion in 2 different weight classes. This bold claim has made fans even more excited and curious about the final decision on the appeal and whether there will be a rematch.
There is no call out. He doesn't do it. Now we're left wondering, are we going to get a rematch with this? Which I wouldn't hate, but I don't know if there's like a big demand for it. Tank has said prior to this night that like all of this is, he's got 3 fights left. This would have been one of them. So that would have been at least 2 more essentially this year if he can squeeze them in, he said. It was supposed to be against Tank and Shakur Stevenson. Where are we with that now? What does this do to that? I genuinely don't know how to answer that question. I really don't. I don't know what PBC is going to do. PBC has had a bit of a rough run of it. I want to be very clear. I'm not trying to pile on their difficulties.
Even with all the controversy after the fight, Davis has made it clear that he's not planning a rematch with Roach anytime soon. After the majority draw, which Roach is now appealing, Davis said he has other plans for his next fight. He gave Roach credit for being tough and skilled, but said he believes he clearly won and doesn't feel the need to give Roach another chance at his WBA lightweight title right now.
I'm not sure, bro. I'm definitely not sure, but hopefully we could get it before. Nah, it probably won't be this year.
Is that the one you want next?
It's definitely the one I want next, but it's not gonna be next.
What is?
You might see it in a minute.
The drama around the Gervonta Davis versus Lamont Roach Jr. fight has gotten even bigger. The New York State Athletic Commission is now officially reviewing the result. According to Boxing Kingdom, technical problems stopped the commission from reviewing the moment in the 9th round when Davis took a knee during the fight. Many people believe that moment should have been called a knockdown in Roach's favor.
Even without the knee, that should have been a knockdown. I thought I should have won a competitive fight. I think I did what I needed to do necessary to bank the rounds. I'm just a little frustrated with the scorecards. I thought I should have won.
And a round going on. Gervonta Davis backs up, takes a knee, momentary knee, runs to the corner. Obviously, we now know it was Reese that he said was burning his eye, gets it wiped off. Steve Willis, referee, comes over. I don't really know if he was ready to administer a count. I think he was very confused.
He started the count, Lewis.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. For me, I don't like. I don't. Does he say? Because I was trying to look at the video.
Sent. So first of all, if you back up before Gervonta Davis took the knee, you had Lamont Roach firing 3 punches. A right hand. I watched it like 1,000 times in the last couple of days. He threw a right hand, and he threw 2 quick left hands behind it.
Kingdom tweeted that the drama isn't over yet. The New York Commission is still reviewing the result of the fight between Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach. They explained that technical issues stopped them from reviewing the no-knockdown call during the fight. Roach is saying the result might be changed in his favor. This makes the possibility of a rematch even bigger. Davis has finally spoken about the moment in the 9th round that caused all the controversy. He said going down on one knee wasn't because of a clean punch from Roach, but because hair grease got in his eyes and affected his vision.
What went through your mind when you heard the decision?
Nobody like a draw, from a guy that get knockouts and things like that, but it's cool. I feel like if we fight again, I could do more. And I should have did more. I was lost in the I lost track in the rounds. That's why we need what is it called? Yeah, man. I didn't know what round it was. Facts.
Tank, Eric Blum from DailyMail.com. First off, your coach just said, can you confirm, did you get your hair done 2 days before the fight?
Yeah. I ran water over it today, but I must ain't do it enough.
Can you describe what the feeling was like in the ring? And was it to get the towel out, to get the burn out of your eyes, or what was going on? And
I didn't want to get caught. I didn't want to get caught while my eyes was burning, and you can get knocked out like that. So I'd rather take the knee than, But I didn't really know that you can, get disqualified for all that. Or, when you start counting, I'm like, what the hell? But I don't know. It's cool.
Do you want that rematch next? And if so, how likely it is that we're to see that fight happen again this year?
I'm not sure, bro. I'm definitely not sure, but hopefully we could get it before. Nah, it probably won't be this year.
Is that the one you want next?
It's definitely the one I want next, but it's not gonna be next.
What is?
You might see it in a minute. You definitely might see it in a minute.
Davis's explanation has gotten mixed reactions from fans and experts. Some people are still questioning whether that moment should have been called a knockdown, no matter what caused it.
What the hell happened to Gervonta Davis, huh? He got some grease in his hair. It was the lady that she put too much grease in my hair, and that's the reason why I took a knee. I ain't lying to y'all. Why y'all booing me for? Y'all remember the movie Coming to America? Was Gervonta Davis using the Soul Glow? It's just a Soul Glow, feeling all so silky smooth. Just let it shine through, baby. That gotta be one of the most embarrassing moments in boxing history. How the hell you go down saying that the grease? Know what happened? That the grease. Stop! It's not funny. Why y'all booing me? I'm telling you the truth. That woman put a lot of grease in my hair. Yo, damn Tanky. Tanky, come on now.
Roach argues that, according to boxing rules, if a fighter takes a knee without being fouled, it should be counted as a knockdown. This could have changed the judge's scoring. However, the referee didn't count it as a knockdown, so Davis was allowed to continue without
split second, a beat after that, Lamont took the knee. So while I couldn't tell from watching the broadcast and seeing the replay, the right hand I don't believe connected, but one of those jabs probably did connect. And whatever the reason, if he had the grease in his eye, I'm not saying it was from the ferocity of the punch, but if you've got something in your eye and then you get hit, even if it's light, maybe it's going to cause a reaction. So he took the knee after 3 punches were thrown. I've watched hundreds of thousands of fights in my life. I mean, probably, maybe, who knows how many fights I've watched. 45 years of watching boxing, 25 years of covering it. Dude, that's a knockdown, period.
Shannon Sharp, co-host of the Nightcap podcast, shared his frustration with the current state of boxing. He pointed out that many top fighters are not willing to fight each other. He criticized the trend of boxers focusing more on keeping their undefeated records than facing tough opponents. Sharp believes this mindset comes from the influence of Floyd Mayweather Jr. He stressed that top fighters like Davis need to take part in big, exciting matches to bring more attention to boxing and make more money.
But I thought Lamont Roach actually won the fight. Okay. Even though Tank Davis hit him with some good, clean, hard shots, Roach came back and hit him with just as hard, if not harder shot than what he took from Tank.
Yeah.
I just thought Roach was the more aggressive fighter. You can't take a knee in the middle of the fight because Floyd Mayweather did the exact same thing. He hit the guy with a punch. And he must have broke his hand, broke a knuckle or something, and he took a knee, and they gave him a standing 8 count.
He did. So he broke his hand.
Even with the situation with the 2 points, I still think it was a close fight. And I think it might have been a 1-point victory for Roach without the 2 points, but I definitely think Roach won the fight. And that's not to say Tank didn't fight well. Tank fought well. Tank fought like he always fight, slow and then comes on. But Roach was up to the task. I just think Roach won a close fight.
ESPN's Ace Smith from ESPN has joined the debate about the Gervonta Davis versus Lamont Roach fight. He talked about the controversial moment in the 9th round when Davis took a knee. While he didn't call the result a robbery, Smith agreed that the moment should have been counted as a knockdown. This could have changed how the judges scored the fight.
Roach got robbed?
No, but I will say this. I had no problem with the majority draw, and I would not have had a problem if Roach had been given the fight. Because when Tank took that knee, that's a knockdown in boxing. If your knee touches the canvas, it's a knock. I don't give a damn what the reason was. Whether it's grease in your eye or whatever it is. Nope, that's a knockdown. You can't, if your knee touches, that's a knockdown, which means it should have been a 2-point round. Since it was that close, to me, that should have been a knockdown. Having said that, let me stand up. Shannon, Ocho, I got to apologize on national television to that brother Lamont Roach.
The controversy around the Gervonta Davis versus Lamont Roach fight has gone beyond just the fighters and analysts. Fans are also using social media to share their frustration with the result.
Good right hand from Mont, uppercut. Good combination, Mont. Oh, good left from Tank. Right hand from Monty. Oh, Tank took a knee. He got knocked down. That's a knockdown. Tank is trying to bail himself out. That's a knockdown. That's a knockdown! How are you going to do that and run and get a towel? Who gave Davis that right? This is a highway robbery, dog. Good combination, Lamont. Oh, shit. They swinging on each other. Good body shot, Lamont. Lamont is rocking with it. This is Tarver Roy 1. What's going to happen is they're going to give the fight to Tank, and then the second fight, Lamont going to say, any excuses tonight, Tank. And then he's going to knock Tank out. I've seen it. Lamont won, bro. He won 7-5 with a knockdown. This guy did the unthinkable, and I hope they don't rob him. Scorecards. They said majority draw. They cheated Roach. Roach got robbed, and everybody knows it. Rematch right away. They robbed him.
A draw? I mean, this fight was close the whole way through. Tank's power just wasn't enough to get Lamont Roach out of there. Lamont Roach held his ground. A lot of people didn't expect this fight to go the distance. Some people were even saying Lamont Roach won the fight. But let me know down below who you guys had winning this fight, or did you guys have a draw, the right decision?
The boxing fan account How Boxing Works tweeted that Lamont Roach Jr. announced he will appeal the result of the fight. He wants the decision changed to a unanimous win for him, because of the knockdown that wasn't counted. Similarly, a Twitter user named Les challenged those who think Davis won, pointing out that the punch stats show Roach landed more punches. Les argued that more punches landed means more points, and Roach should have won. These reactions show that many fans believe Roach was robbed of a fair victory and think the fight should be looked at again.
It was a close fight.
I'm surprised the way Lamont fought. I knew Lamont was going to come to fight. It was an opportunity of a lifetime. He did a good job. He fought a great fight.
What went wrong with Tank Davis? I mean, I was
what was wrong with him? Every night in boxing is not your best, you feel me? But at least you got the draw.
Would you like to see a rematch of this or jump into a fight with Shakur Stevenson?
They don't, whatever they want to do. You think it was a draw? I don't know. It was a good fight.
What do you think about the controversy in this fight? Do you agree that the knee should have been counted as a knockdown? Share your thoughts in the comments.